Thursday, November 16th on ESPN Plus, Top Rank. We got Stevenson versus De Los Santos for the WBC title at 135. I'm going to go ahead and break down a few of these fights, man. First up, we got Shakur Stevenson, 20-0 with 10 wins by knockout. 26 years old, 5'8", with a 68-inch reach. Born in New Jersey, fighting out of Virginia. He's a silver medalist. He's a 2-division world champion, 126 and 130, unified at 130. He's intelligent. He's sharp. He's accurate. He's athletic. He barely gets fucking touched, and this is going to be his second fight at 135. His first fight was a stoppage win over Yoshino in 6 rounds, where he looked great, man. He looked way more aggressive than I'm used to seeing. He was moving forward a lot more. He was spamming the right hook. He seemed real fixated on his power, which was a little out of character, but it was still a good performance, man. I don't think he's going to do that in this fight. I feel like, he had just moved up. He was trying to see what the power was talking about. I think he's going to go back to boxing more in this fight. He's fighting Edwin De Los Santos, 16-1 with 14 wins coming by knockout. He's 24 years old, 5'8", with a 70-inch reach. Born in the Dominican Republic, fighting out of the Dominican Republic. He's strong. He's got power in both hands. He's aggressive. He's mean. And he's most known for his upset win over Rayo, where he ran through him in 3 rounds. But his last fight was a UD over Joseph Adorno, man. He looked good, though. He seemed like he was trying to box more. I'm used to seeing him more aggressive and more focused on his power, but he was boxing more. He showed more wrinkles to his game, and he cruised to a UD. It looked really good, man. I thought that, Adorno was there to be stopped. But it was nice to see that type of performance from him. And it's crazy. It's almost like him and Shakur had like opposite performances. Like the boxer was trying to be more aggressive, and the dude that's usually more aggressive was trying to box more. I think that's cool, man. And yeah, man, this fight is going to be great. This fight is not the fight that we wanted to see. The fight we all wanted to see was Shakur Stevenson versus Devin Haney. It's like if you go to a restaurant, you order pancakes, and they come out and they like, hey, man, we don't got no pancakes, but we got these biscuits over here. I'm like, bro, like, you may eat the biscuits, you may not, but that's not what the fuck you asked for. That's kind of what this is like. This is going to be a good fight, man. I got Shakur Stevenson cruising to a UD. I feel like he's going to outbox the shit out of Edwin De Los Santos. I mean, Edwin is definitely good. He can box, and he's aggressive, and he's got power. But I feel like he can only really give him trouble in the beginning of the fight. I feel like in the beginning of the fight, when he's fresh, he's going to give Shakur some issues. But I feel like once Shakur settles in, finds his range, finds his rhythm, he's going to outbox him. You know what I'm saying? His feet too good, his head movement good, his defense too good. And I feel like this is going to be a great performance for him. And yeah, man, he's going to walk away the champion for the WBC. So yeah, this next fight, Emmanuel Navarette, 38-1 with 31 wins coming by knockout. He's 28 years old, 5'7", with a 72-inch reach. Born in Mexico, fighting out of Mexico. He's awkward. He's got power in both hands. He's aggressive. But he can actually box, man. Like, even though it looks a little funky, he knows what he's doing in there. He's a 3-division world champion, 122, 126, and 130. And he knows how to use his power. He knows how to use his size. His last fight, though, was his best fight. Over Oscar Valdez, man. It was a UD. He looked amazing, man. He dominated him. He outboxed him. We talking 10-2, 11-1 type shit. He frustrated Oscar. He had Oscar looking like he didn't belong in there. And Oscar was his best opponent to date, in my opinion. Oscar Valdez is a hell of a name to have on your resume. His resume is good. He's done good things in the sport. So to see Navarette have that type of performance versus somebody like him as a fan was just great to see, man. Like, that was definitely his best fucking win. Oscar Valdez at the end of that fight looked like he had just went through a blender, man, and Navarette's face was clean. It was an amazing performance. It was a great performance to see. And he's fighting Robson Conceicao, 17-2 with 8 wins by knockout. 35 years old, 5'10", 70.5-inch reach. Born in Brazil, fighting out of Brazil. He's an Olympic gold medalist, high pedigree. He's a high-level boxer. A lot of people feel like he should have got a win over Oscar Valdez. And you just heard me talking about Oscar Valdez. So yeah, man, this is one hell of a fighter right here. His last fight was actually an accidental clash of heads. It was a no contest in the second round. And actually, before this fight, he was supposed to be in an 8-rounder on the Venado undercard, but he got pulled to fight Navarette. And I'm glad to see that, because what the fuck was he doing in an 8-rounder anyway? Like, this is definitely where he need to be at. He's fighting for a title. This is for Navarette's WBO title. So, yeah, man, this is a great fight. I can't wait to see this fight. I got Navarette. I got him by UD. I was thinking maybe stoppage because he does have power, but Robson is a good boxer. He could stay alive if he wants to. I feel like he's got a chin on him. So I feel like Navarette is going to do what he does. He's going to outbox him. He's going to be awkward. He's going to land power. He's going to move forward. He's going to make Robson uncomfortable. And yeah, man, I feel like that's what's going to happen. I feel like Navarette is going to cruise to UD and just whoop his ass. But it's still a great fight. I feel like Robson is definitely going to make a good account of himself. He always does. He never goes in there and just looks like he's completely out of his depths. He always looks like he's a good fighter. He always makes a good account of himself. And I feel like he's going to do that on Thursday. But yeah, man, this card is great, actually. Like, I'm looking at this card right here. We got Abdullah Mason fighting versus Jose Cardenas. I don't know what this 17-6 is. He's actually 7-1. So Tapology need to get their shit together. We got Vargas boy on here fighting Christian Oliveras. And this is an undefeated fighter. So this is a nice little step up for him. We got Brian Oman Jr. on the card fighting Quentin Randall. This is two undefeated fighters fighting. We got Floyd Diaz fighting. We got Andres Cortez on here versus Freddie Fonseca. A lot of people know him for losing to Jojo Diaz. And yeah, man, but the fight I really want to get into is Troy Isley versus Vladimir Hernandez. So first up, we got Troy Isley, 10-0, with 4 wins by knockout. He's 25 years old, 5'10", 69.5-inch reach. He's born in Washington, D.C. Stand the fuck up, because I grew up in Washington, D.C., so it's great to see him fight on this level right here. He's fighting out of Virginia. And he's an Olympian. He's a bronze medalist at the World Championship, and he's a bronze medalist at the Pan Games. And yeah, man, he's a great fighter. He's got a lot of room to grow. His last fight was a unanimous decision win over Antonio Todd, where, to be honest, he looked like he had plateaued a little bit. He looked a little stagnant, looked like he was going through the motions, but he still, won the fight. He looked all right doing it, but I feel like this is the type of fight that he's going to show what he really can do, man. He's fighting Vladimir Hernandez, 14-5 with 6 wins by knockout. Don't let the record fool you. He's 34 years old, 5'7", 69.5-inch reach, born in Mexico, fighting out of California, man. This man can fight. He has made a career out of whooping people asses that he's not supposed to whoop. And yeah, man, he's aggressive. He moves forward. He lands his power. He makes people unfucking comfortable. And that's what he did in his last fight. He's coming off of that majority decision win over Lorenzo Simpson, man, where he did exactly what I just described. He imposed his will on Lorenzo Simpson. You know what I'm saying? And he made him uncomfortable in spots. He was able to eke out the majority decision win over him. And yeah, man, he's just an aggressive, dirty fighter. Like, not dirty as in he be headbutting and shit, but dirty as in he really be down in the mud trying to whoop niggas. And yeah, man, he's going to show up to fight every fucking time. But yeah, I feel like Troy Isley is going to do what he needs to do in this fight. I feel like he's going to outbox Vladimir Hernandez. I feel like he's going to do what the fuck. I feel like he's going to do what the fuck we've been waiting on him to do. I feel like these past few fights, he's been looking a little but I feel like this fight, he's going to show up, and I feel like we're going to get the version of Troy that we've been kind of looking for. And so I'm really excited to see this fight, man. This is a great card altogether. Top to bottom, this is an amazing card. I'm going to be tuned the fuck in, and I hope y'all is too. Yeah, man. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.